guys, welcome to the magical world of bookwords. My name is Renuka and today is yet another dedicated book review video. I wanted to create a video about this book since a very long time and I have finally been able to find time to do that. And that book is The Secret Wishlist by Preeti Shenoy. Our beautiful, peaceful looking protagonist is married to Sandeep, has a 10-year-old kid Abhay, and she is married for nearly 18 years. She carries a storm inside her heart, and the name of that storm is Ankit, who was her school crush when she was 16 years old. He was her elder brother's best friend, and they were in a short term relationship until they were caught red handed by her elder brother and a few school teachers on a school trip. And Deeksha was forced into a marriage at the age of 19, and that is how she got into this relationship with Sandeep. Now, what is the storm all about? That is what you need to find out. But why the name Secret Wishlist? Deeksha's cousin Vibha has lost her husband at a very young age of a cardiac arrest, and she comes to a conclusion that it is now or never. Life is extremely unpredictable, hence, you have to start now. And she convinces Deeksha into preparing a wish list, a secret wish list that would consist of the wildest desires of Deeksha's heart and promises Deeksha that she will help her fulfill all those wishes. Hence the name Secret Wishlist. That is pretty interesting. What happened to that storm in Deeksha's heart? Deeksha gets in touch with her school best friend Tanu, and through her she gets in touch with her school crush Ankit. But that's not the turn, that's not the spoiler, that's not the climax. It is clearly mentioned in the blurb that she got into an extramarital relationship. But what is the future of that relationship? Will her relationship with her husband be mended? Will she continue with this extramarital affair? What will be the consequences of this affair on her child, on her life, and most importantly, on her parents? Will they support her? What will be the outcome of this complicated plot of Deeksha's life? That is what you need to find out by reading this book, The Secret Wishlist. There is just a small disclaimer, and that is, do not form any opinions unless and until you complete reading this book. I know that the topic of extramarital affair is a bit troublesome, but there are reasons for a few things, and you'll find out about those reasons once you complete reading this book. Hence, please do not form any opinions without completely reading this book, and I'm sure that you'll agree with my perspective once you do that. The characters in this book are also pretty well developed, and it is possible for us to form our opinions about those characters very easily. And you have a variety of characters, that is a complete buffet in front of you, and hence the reading experience is a bit more interesting. You have the orthodox characters like Disha's parents, you have outrageous characters like her husband, and you have extremely lovable characters like her best friend Tanu, her cousin Vibha, and also her salsa instructor Gaurav, who becomes her best friend very soon. And I won't say anything about Deeksha and Ankit since that will be a spoiler, but you have to find that out by reading The Secret Wishlist. So let us come to my interpretation and my reading experience with this book. Do I like this book? Yes. Do I recommend it to beginners? Yes, because I had picked this book up when I was a beginner and it was quite an easy read. I didn't have a lot of sorry problems. The vocabulary is not heavy, the sentence constructions are not complex, the story is also pretty straightforward. However, you can search for complexities in the themes if you want to, but when it comes to the vocabulary and the storyline, the book is perfectly beginner friendly and you can read it as beginner as well. So yes, it is beginner friendly and I recommend it to beginners gladly. I want to say one more thing. There is a thing that I realized when I was reading this book now, 2 months ago, and that is that I really like this book even more now because I have realized that there are a lot of themes in this book. There are a lot of things that this book touches at one go. There are really a lot of themes in this book. The theme of extramarital relationships, very obviously, extramarital affairs, as we can label them. The theme of husband-wife relationship, the theme of friendship, the theme of love, the theme of teenage dilemmas and crushes, the theme of expression, and also the theme of restriction on the expression. Can an individual discover himself or herself after being really caged into the cage of his or her emotions for a long time? That is the question. And these are the number of themes, and I'm sure there are many more themes in this book that you might also encounter once you complete reading this book. So that is what I realized when I read this book for the second time, that there are a lot of themes and you can search for them if you want to, and that makes your reading experience even more enjoyable. I cannot complete a book review. A book review is unfinished unless and until I talk about my takeaways about that book from that book. And my very first takeaway is that relationships are to be maintained from both the ends. You cannot balance a relationship single handedly if you do not have the cooperation of the other person, especially in a marital relationship. And that is what we learn from the marital relationship of Sandeep and Deeksha. So, yeah, relationship has to be, ought to be, must be balanced from both the sides, from both the ends. The second takeaway that I have from this book is that you cannot please a person just by providing him or her with all the materialistic happiness and providing the materialistic needs of that person. You need to tend to that person emotionally. You need to talk. You need to give time. You have to pamper the emotions of that person, and only then that relationship can be successful, which is certainly not the case when it comes to Deeksha and Sandeep. Sandeep provides Deeksha with everything that she wants, at least it seems to be so, but she is not at all happy with him, and the reason is that he does not believe in talking. Imagine, imagine being married to a man who believes that talking on the phone for more than 10 seconds is a waste of time. You have to talk when you come face to face, and telephones and mobile phones are not for chit chatting. That is the sort of a person Sandeep is. So that is the reason why Deeksha and Sandeep's relationship is not successful. He does not believe in tending to one's emotions. And you have to do that if you want to have a successful relationship. And the relationship can be any relationship. A romantic relationship, that is between a girlfriend and a boyfriend, the marital relationship, your relationship with your parents, your kids, your siblings, your friends. There has to be an emotional connect between two individuals to have a happy relationship, and that is my takeaway number two. Certainly. My third takeaway is has to be the power of now. You have to do whatever you want to do now itself. It's now or never. Tomorrow never comes. Life is extremely unpredictable. If you want to achieve something, start today. Today is the best day to start anything. And that is what Deeksha taught me. That is what Vibha taught me, that tomorrow never comes. So if you want to do anything, the right time to do it is now. Yeah. The fourth thing that I got from this book, this novel, is that friends are of immense importance. Good friends are extremely important, and if you have good friends, trustworthy friends, the friends who will stand by you, come what may, then they are the biggest treasures of your life. And if you have friends like these, do not lose them. Care for them, be there for them, and cherish them. Friends like Tanu, Vibha, Gaurav are to be cherished. These are the people who supported Deeksha in her most difficult times. These are the people who made her believe that she was not wrong. These are the people who got her out of the phase of denial, truly. And I think that friends like these are ought to be cherished. So if you have friends like these, do not lose them. Do cherish them. Do acknowledge the things that they are doing for you, because everyone is not lucky enough to find the friends like Tanu, Vibha and Deeksha. So yeah, friends are of utmost importance in your life. The last and the most important thing that I learned from this novel, and that this is also the question that the novel poses indirectly: does an individual have the right to express himself or herself? Is there a need to lose your identity in a particular relationship? Deeksha lost her identity after she got married to Sandeep and got into this marriage, and it has been 18 years, and she does not have any standing of her own in the society. She does not have any stand of her own as well. Maybe she's scared of Sandeep, maybe she's scared of society. She might be scared of anything, or she might not be scared of anything. But the fact is that she doesn't have an identity of her own, and that is actually gruesome. And this is not at all related to feminism. This applies to men and women alike. No matter whether it is the man or the woman who has lost his or her own identity due to getting into a particular relationship. If that is the case, then that is not the ideal relationship for you. That is not a healthy relationship. That is a toxic one, and you have to get out of it. That is troublesome, that is painful, but you have to do it if you want to survive and lead a good life. And I hope that Deeksha must have realized it. I have read that novel, but I am not going to give away any spoilers, and that is the reason I'm talking like this. But yeah, that is the most important thing that I realized from this novel, that you cannot lose your identity because you love someone or because you are in a particular relationship with a particular person. You have to preserve your own identity, and it is only you who can do it. You only are responsible for losing your identity, and you can only be the person who can gain it back. And that is what this novel teaches us. And if you have read this novel, you know what I mean. And if you haven't read it as yet, please do read it and let me know down in the comment section what is your opinion about this takeaway of mine. Okay, that got a bit serious. But don't worry, this novel is not as serious. These are my takeaways, these are my opinions about the novel, and these are the things that I realized. This is not what author has directly written, but I think that these are the things that she has suggested indirectly, all the identity and losing it and gaining it back. It sounds a bit troublesome and a bit painful, but don't worry, this will not stress you out for sure. And this is quite chill, fun, relaxed read, and also a bit dramatic. And I really like reading such novels sometimes, and this was quite an enjoyable read. Also, as I have told you, it is quite beginner friendly, and you'll not take a lot of time to complete this novel. And if you're not a big fan of big fat thick books, then this is, I think, the perfect novel for you. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, that was my video and my opinion about The Secret Wishlist by Preeti Shenoy. If you have read it, do know, let me down in the comment section how was your experience reading this book, and if you haven't, do you look forward to picking it up? Also, have you read any other books by her, any other titles, and do you have any book recommendations for me? That's going to be an understatement, but I want book recommendations. I really want. Okay, and do let me know what are your, do you have any constructive inputs for me? Do you want me to improve anything? I am learning with time. I have just started, so it will take a bit of a time, but I'll still, your all your constructive inputs are welcome. And yeah, thank you for watching the video till the end, and you know the drill. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and help me spread a lot of bookish love.